Good morning, good morning, good morning. Well, I named this one Preparation versus Reaction. Obviously, this constant daily broadcast slash time traveling, it's not actually time traveling, by the way. It's preparation. It's the basis of our foundational stability. It is really all there is. So the display this morning by Google on my diary that I sometimes leave on a table open to start reactively engineering to kill links to my own work, to my own content, is really the greatest display of how cooked these fucking tech nerds are. That in the physical paradigm would have been a 3-year war just on its own. It shows the kind of superiority they've been led to believe they possess by their lunatic overlord tyrannical leaders, to which obviously the structures I work within don't really resolve to that. When you resolve to that, bad things happen, provably. So obviously I'm not resolving to that. There's preparation here. It's preparation, not reaction. Now, Donald Trump is physically securing the United States. Good on him. He needs to do that. The United States was out of control. It's not going to be pretty, basically. None of our history is pretty. Unfortunately. That's the illusion of the communists, is simply that. Oh, the Ukrainian men dying on behalf of the United States desires to push into Russian territory from the other side of the globe. And using their techniques of like, oh, the men go and fight and die in ditches and the women fuck themselves with dildos and sell it to the world to finance the war. I mean, it's an option. It's an option that has clearly spread. What? It's clearly spread? Yeah. It's clearly spread everywhere. Jolly amount of trouble we went to kind of keep that particular type of thing restricted to a small geographical area and kind of constantly just regulate it so that it doesn't fall into ultimate depravity for the almighty buck. The almighty buck. But what buck? Whose buck? The buck stops here. There is no buck. That's really the most upsetting, the most disturbing part about all of this, is that there is no buck. You're fighting over photographs of pieces of paper that, not even photographs anymore, a numerical representation of a piece of paper that was a symbolic representation of perhaps wealth in some place at some time. stretched to the limits of insanity, really. The limits of I don't know, aspirations of ultimate glory, in a united utopian severance from the evil constraints of peddlers of adjudication of barter. Basically what I said, when it gets too imaginary, too all-encompassing, horrible things happen. When the whip is constantly cracking in your ear, work, psh, work, psh, cost of living houses, psh, crisis, psh, hospital crisis, psh, you're working all the shit, and the hospitals are not even going to save you at the end of the day. Psh, whoosh, there's gangs of fucking whoosh, machete wielding. Just stop. Hop off the treadmill and say, why are you whipping me constantly, you fucking psychos? I'm not in Washington living in a tent. I'm not in Moscow fucking, speaking ill of the president. I'm in Australia. There is a very complicated structure that holds this thing afloat, and it's very old. It's very wonderfully protected by a gigantic organization, in plain sight, but often neglected from conversation because we just hang back. We don't force ourselves into your lives. We don't force ourselves into your occupations, into your lifestyles. We did used to have a better oversight on, restriction of sinful activity, but, the church numbers being down, the Church of England I'm talking about, really, we were left to just wholeheartedly go in and defend our little stake on the acceptable expression of a spiritual constructive impact in our regions. That actually makes sense. What I just said makes sense. It makes sense by using the English language to inspire kind of an imaginative display in your mind. But you probably can't do that anymore because you're led frame by frame, moment by moment, drink by drink, however you happen to keep track of your passage through time and space in this model, because you're in a hurry. You're busy. Very busy. Everybody's very busy. But is anybody stepping back and saying, what per se are we busy in the overall construction of? Has this taken a jolly good turn in towards a territory of negative aesthetic? Yes. Over and over, I've gently told everyone that this is the case. Over and over, there is a lack of response. There is an exposure of an underlying conflict. I was not informed of this conflict. I've not heard it spoken about plainly, clearly, descriptively. Is it the Irish that wish to occupy Australia? Under what example are you going to try that? Is it the Italians that can't even keep a religious fanatic from their walls? Is it the Africans, a communal group, that aren't exactly without their sins? The Chinese? Well, that's all up to you, folks. I won't be participating kindly. The same as if you all skulked off into an opium den and really celebrated the wonders of the Ming Dynasty before puffing and puffing and puffing away on that fucking devilish smoke, chasing that dragon. I would have to walk the other way, whistle a little tune, looking for my next lamppost and all that. So who exactly is stepping forward to run this rabble? This rambling rabble. Not with aggravation, not with violence, but with speech, preparation, example, securing and tying this ship down to weather the storm. Who is that? Who is doing that? Is it you? Then thank you. Or are you lost in the ocean? Have you been cast adrift as our ship has been relentlessly bombarded by these robot-worshipping, psychotic Americans? Well, never fear. The lifeboats are here. Jump in. Hop aboard. Steady yourself. You've been through a lot. But this is Australia. This is Australia. It's gentle, it's subtle, it's hard to really yell. It's not hustle and bustle. That we so lovingly sell. It's quiet contemplation and silence above all. Not to restrict you, but to shield you from the fall. You'll inevitably make, if you continue that way, for a cliff up ahead, masked by this setting day. So be careful with your wanderings on this ancient land. Because it's not the colour of the man's face. It's the colour of his hand.